But I'm thinking, if somebody buys my box of food and they want to take a cocktail, I can give them as a reward for buying my food. And push traffic to your market. Community wins. Community wins. Before I continue, I want to thank Rainret. Thank you. So, let's talk. My session is being recorded. Still, I'm such an airplane mode so that the call will not interrupt. I say a lot of things that I don't remember because I'm the son of the Holy Spirit. I came here unscripted. I don't have slide, I don't have topic. I have topic. I don't have sequence. I'll just speak. So I want to beg you, refuse to be distracted. That chat, that call, let it wait. I don't know how many minutes I'll speak for. If you speak for 15 minutes and I'll feel I'm done. I feel talk the last time, that's why I said I was going to speak for a minute, and now went on and on and on. Let's see how it goes. But please write as much as you can, if you can. If you want to record my talk, record it with your phone. You have my permission to do that. Refuse to be distracted. But most importantly, make up your mind. You're going to use whatever you take from here. Please. Okay. So, I've been asked to talk about thinking out of the box for business. I want to start by asking you two questions. And I want you to answer the question in your notebook. I want you to write a list. First question, write a list of the people that depend on you. That you know. Write a list of the people that depend on you. That at least the ones that you are aware of. Because there are people that depend on us that we don't even know. Like me now. Who was it? Somebody was telling me yesterday that I have cult followers. I say me. She said, if I say something, some people will not even think about it. They'll just start doing it. I say, God, please help me. Because that's a big trap. So there are people that depend on me that I'm not even aware of. So the first thing, write a list of the people that depend on you. Kindly do a list now. Write it down. At least the ones you can consciously know. Maybe a parent, maybe a child, maybe a sibling, maybe a friend, maybe a neighbor, maybe someone you picked up as a project, like a widow or someone that lost an orphan, etc. Write a list of the names you are aware of that depend on you. I'll count down from 5, then I'll ask the second question. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The second question I want you to answer, I want you to write a list of the things you must spend on every month. The things you know that whether you like it or not, you must spend on this thing. They are not optional costs or expenses. They are mandatory. So it's not like you have a choice. You must spend on it. You must spend on it. Mandatory costs. I'll count down from 10. Then I'll continue. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a place in scripture that we usually talk about. Matthew 24 talks about the parable of talents. It says that one man, a rich man, was traveling to a far country. He now decided to call 3 people. The first one, he gave him 5 talents. It's a very common story. To the second, he gave 2 talents. To the third, he gave 1 talent. Then he went for a very long time and came back unceremoniously one day and called back his people and said, "How far?" The first one said, "Man, I'm so proud of what I've done. I made 5 new talents from the 5 you gave me." The second one said, "Me too. I produced 2 talents from the 2 talents you gave me." The third one said, "God, you know, say your matter hard. You like to sow where you didn't, you like to reap where you did not sow. Because I don't understand you. I don't trust your motive. So I just got the ground, kept it, just gave you the way you gave me. I know one problem. The Bible says the master said, you are a wicked man." He said, at all, just put them for bank. Make it even yield interest. So that scripture, I've used that scripture a lot for business conversations. My perception to that is that there are people that depend on me, that it's not my fault. There are bills I must pay that I did not choose to acquire. And my refusal to be able to sort the people that depend on me and sort my bills is wickedness. Because I have been given a talent. I've been given a business. I've been given a mind. I've been given a skill. I've been given a competence. I've been given a capability. The fact that you can sleep, wake up, stand up, move around, think, is a talent given to you. It's an asset given to you, with which you must produce profit to take care of the people that depend on you and to cater to your bills. So my conversation today is to discuss how you must think outside what you normally think to be able to make as much inflow that can take care of your own bills and the people that depend on you. Very important. We read books. Our mentors will tell us, oh, revenue stream, have as many revenue streams as possible. And sometimes it looks like that's an American thing. It doesn't apply here. In this Africa, everything is bad. I put on my status, so Circle Africa is organizing a retreat in November, end of year retreat for organizations. The individual fee is $750K. The group fee is about 1.8 million. I put it on my status, and one lady said, where people they get this money from? She now asked me, she said, is it really true that people will pay this money? And I laughed. I said, yes. She said, but where did they get this money from? My mentor, Nia Adesonia, is organizing a boot camp. A 2-day boot camp in Lagos, first week of November. Every person's fee, individual fee, is $750K. A table of 10 is 6 million. That's $600K per head. Somebody put it on Twitter and said, where people they get this money from? Where they go pay one person $600K per seat? I have 12 people that have paid me the $600K per seat for the Lagos event of my mentor. So where some people are saying, where people they get this money, other people are saying, which account can I pay to? At the end of the day, it takes thinking out of the box. So my first challenge to all of you here today is that all of you here, it is okay to be broke, but you have no business being poor. It's okay to be broke, Once in a while, you don't have that money for data. Oh, you don't have that money for sanitary pad. Oh, you don't have that money for a call. Oh, you don't have that money for a good meal. It's okay to be broke, but you have no business being poor. And the first way to not be poor, listen to this. The first way to not be poor is to not be fixated on that thing that you do alone. That business you are doing is not the only thing you can do. The fastest way to be poor is to be fixated on one thing that you do alone. How many of you are on Twitter actively? Did you see the hyperventilation of Wizkid last week? It's hyperventilating. What's going on with this man now? What did you hear this guy today? He was just going on and on and on and on. Then later when I heard the real issues that, oh, so he expected a Puma deal. It didn't turn out right. Then Davido was given the deal. Then a collection was opened in Davido's name. Yeah. Then Puma felt like they made millions in 24 hours and came back and even upped the fee. And Wizkid is like, no way. And he just went on a rant. Then the branding and PR people came and did an analysis and said, Wizkid had a $1 billion deal with UBA. And he barely put any post about UBA on his timeline in the entire 3 years of the deal. But Davido, Techno is him, Mattel is him, Puma is him, 1xBet is him, and he's carrying it on his head. Yes. OBO, the whole OBO, the Hawk phone, the Hawk betting. He's not saying, but it's me now, all right. By birth and family, hope you're not they hungry. But they hawk. So when I now ask you now, do you mind promoting Ugochi's business? They go come this side, be drunkard. I'm not the hawk. Mixology's business. Why? Hello? If all you do, week in, week out, is hawk each other's businesses on your platforms, and agree on, if person comes to you, what you will give me, I can guarantee you that that list of expenses is sorted. So that income that is your primary income, whether you have a job or you have a main business, can be sorting capital stuff. The biggest way to be poor is petty expenses. That 2K, 1K, 1K, 2K, 500 naira, now they drain person. Very frustrating. If you don't have a system that sorts petty expenses, you'll be very broke for a very long time. You have to first remove the shoulder pad and tell yourself, you see hawking, we shall hawk. Somebody once asked me, Kusam, it seems that somebody is pressurizing you from a debt. You guys say they owe money. It's the way you did market. I didn't know how to respond to her. I just said yes. Because I didn't know how to start explaining that this is all I do. Now me, they pay myself. Nobody's paying me any salaries. I pay stuff. I don't hawk. Who will? So you see this hawking? I want you to love the word hawking. We laugh at hawkers on the road, but you're in traffic, you see somebody hawking, recharge card, rechargeable lamp, rechargeable cable, rechargers, anything. You just look at them and say, hawking is the way. You have to love it. Elon Musk acquired Twitter, now he calls it X, from Jack Dorsey for $44 billion. When he started his gra-gra, Twitter said, okay, come and buy. Twitter shares took off. Then the same Elon Musk comes back and says, I'm not buying. He said because about 40% of the Twitter accounts are bots, robots. They are not real humans. They are just machine handled. So he said he's not buying. Twitter shares crashed. Twitter now took him to court and said court must compel him to buy because he has affected their shares. So the 44 billion he originally proposed became a law that he has to buy it. He couldn't renegotiate. He said he don't get money. Guess what Elon Musk did? Who can remember what he did? Or who knows what he did? The guy now announced that he was selling perfume. Perfume. Elon Musk. He brought out one perfume line, put it on his timeline and said, buy this perfume. I'm using it to generate funds to buy Twitter. 24 hours. He sold volumes that paid to buy Twitter. $44 billion. The almighty Elon Musk that owns SpaceX, the mission that takes human beings to Mars. He owns Tesla, the biggest electric car production line in the world, that used to own PayPal. He was the one that owned PayPal and sold it. That was where his first cash out came from. That's the most radical genius that I know in this life. Sold perfumes. Elon Musk tweeted and said he's selling hats for $20 and says if you buy 5 hats, you'll get 1 hat for free. Elon Musk, the almighty Elon Musk, is selling hats of $20. Then when I tell you to just promote pen of 5 naira and give 50 kobo, you say, what will 50 kobo do for me? Let's say he sold the perfumes at $500. I can't remember how much he sold a unit. How many $500 will generate $44 billion? Do the maths. Do the maths. Am I communicating?
Yes, sir.
There is this lady called, I think it's Jenna or Christy Kardashian, these Kardashian sisters. One of them. One of them that announced one product like that just took off. Kylie Abi. I don't know who I'm talking to. My own is that thing that you are doing that you think that is where your breakthrough is coming from may not be what will bring your breakthrough. The message I want to leave with you today is be a hawker. Hawk stuff that people want and see money entering your account steady. At the end of this hustle, when we grow old, is how well we have lived. And how well you have lived is a function of how much liquid you've got to live well. They will tell you do gym. Not be money you go carry go gym. They will tell you eat balanced diet. In this T-pain economy, you need money to do that. When we were coming today, Mrs. Swan and I were talking about there's something we wanted to buy. She now said she asked her friend. The friend said some years ago she got it at 100K, but now it's 450K. I said, eh? She said, yes, now. Anything of last year, by now it's triple the price. So we have written a list of the things we spend on. 1, 2, 3, 4, up to maybe 12 for some of you. And we said these expenses, man, you cannot not spend it. And as time is going, especially in this ABC economy, it is 3x, 10x, 15x. As at May 29, 2023, petrol was 197 naira. Do you get? Petrol today is 1,115. Maybe by the end of today it will be more. That is 1,000% increment. So this is why they write 15x. There are some components that are 1,000%. And you are still depending on that one thing you are doing. It's even logical. And then you say, I don't want people to just think that I'm desperate, so I don't want to be marketing myself like that. Let them not say, is it that bad? Yes, it's that bad, sir. Call me desperate. Call me shameless. Call me anything. Now, me know where they should they pinch me. You have to think. You have to think. Because by the logic of the parable of talent, if you cannot sort yourself, somebody is sorting you. Somebody is paying for it. You see this thing we call subsidy? Somebody is paying it. So if your life is subsidized by whatever way, whether it's the hair you make or the food you eat or the clothes you wear, somebody is paying the bill. And guess what? That person is governed by the economics of this problem. That's where the wickedness comes in. Because according to scripture, you are wicked. You feel the person is immune to this problem, that's wickedness. You have to start thinking. You have to ask yourself, if inflation, as at the last CBN meeting, their usual monthly MPR, monthly performance review, inflation has been set to 27%, more than 1/4. So it means that according to the governing economy of the country, everything is ×4. But your income is not even times in. Because the inflation is already eating into it. They increase minimum wage to 70K and now increase petrol by 1,000%. Where is the equality? And then God bless you if you are on band A.
Band A and there's no light. There's no light. I mean, band A, but I don't have light.
We usually consume 50K units 3 weeks. We now say, these 3 weeks, let's do 100K so that we'll move it by more than a month. Let's know that, okay, at least 5 to 6 weeks were clear. We don't need to think of units. Then we now bought 100K and now realize we now had less than 1/4 of what we bought at 50K. That was when we now checked and saw that, oh, they don't move us to band. We didn't even know. So, in a month, we're likely consuming around 300K of power. We'll not talk of gas. By May 29, 2023, 12.5 kg of gas was still around. No, that was before Buhari left. Around the end of Buhari's government, 12.5 kg of cooking gas was 3,800. As at now, the last I checked is about 19K. Yeah. You know the funny thing about this economy? Even we know they pay attention to how much they sell anything. Now we know. I remember the days when I said, they just, let's buy gas, okay. Let's buy this one, okay. Now they say, how much is it? What's the current price? Because suddenly you are now a student of how much is gari, how much is rice, how much. Hey. Then you now sit down in your comfort zone and say, the Lord will do it, the Lord sees it. God is doing it for everybody. You see that part of your work, you will do it. Refusal to think out of the box is wickedness. Because somebody else is subsidizing it and is still governed by the same economy. You have to do this. Am I communicating?
Yes, sir.
Who in this room now can beat her chest and say, I know what everybody here is doing? As far as what you are saying, I know it. Every single person in this room, I can say, this person does this, this person does this, this person does this. Who can do it?
I know for my sapphire.
You know for your sapphire, I like that. If you are in any space and 80% of the people in that room don't know what you do, you have set yourself up for poverty. Wow. Take it from me, write it. And this is not a function of, but they just met me now. But they just know me now. Psychologists say within 30 seconds, you can be known. That's a psychological research. Then somebody will now say, but I'm an introvert. You know, I don't really like to talk to people like that. It's just that. It's just that. It's just that. Think outside the box. So let me give you some very quick steps. Then I'll take specific questions because something is telling me that I should allow some people to ask some questions. So I'll give some quick steps on what I mean by how do you, so that list of expenses you wrote, yes, that's a good question I should ask. That list of expenses you wrote, I want you to write an estimated monthly expense that you spend based on that list. What's like an average estimated monthly expense that you know that this one, I cannot avoid it? Write an amount in Naira. Don't write in dollars so that you don't faint. Write in Naira. What's an estimated? Is an estimate. You don't need to be precise. In a month, what's your monthly estimated expense that you cannot avoid? I'm not talking of optional spending. This one you know, say, whether I like it or not, this money, I must spend them. Whether I'm the one that make it or not is inconsequential, but you must spend that. Gochi, do you need a calculator? Because she's in the air, punching numbers. I'm going to count down from 5. Oh, Kambalai. Very good. Monthly expense, estimated. You don't need to be very precise. Write an estimate down. Write an estimate down. Write an estimate. So can I count down from 5 now? 5 is an estimate. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so what I'm about to share with you, if I was being paid for this session, this is where I would say money back guaranteed. What I'm about to share with you, mark 90 days from now. If you do what I'm about to tell you, you should be able to make minimum 3x of that amount. If you do what I'm about to tell you, the minimum you should be making is 3 times the amount, the estimate you wrote. I say it with confidence because I've tested this for 12 years minimum. The economy is crazy, but I'm ahead of the inflation personally. Thank God for that. Let me tell you something that happened this year. So this year, I increased my coaching fee. I made it very high because I was getting tired of coaching. Coaching drains. It's very tiring. So I wanted to screen people out. I started focusing on corporate transformational projects. So I wanted to minimize my coaching session. So I raised the fee. You know this kind, you raise fee when you know, see, if you announce, people say, I'm knowing these guys, let him just be going. It turns out that I now have more parallel sessions than I've ever had before. I raised my fee very high and then started getting more clients than I ever got before. So in terms of revenue, I'm making more money this year than I've ever made before in coaching. It's an irony. So when I go on social media and I see people venting, I say, well, yeah, I'm obedient. You told you let's go obedient. They say no. So I tell my wife, I don't know how to be sympathetic to Nigerians again because it seems we like what we're suffering. Is the inflation real? Yes. Is the economy in tatters? Yes. Am I personally in deficit? I'm not. So what I'm about to share with you is something I am practicing that if you can be diligent, the word here is what?
Diligence.
Let's say it again.
Diligence.
Not the one you will try. I say, let's see if it will work. The word is because they do all these motivational speakers. I am more hardworking than anyone around me. I can say that for a fact. So you see the work, you will do it. There is the part of the grace of God enabling your work. You cannot doubt that. But you not doing the work, that's where God has a problem. Because God has to bless something you are doing. Please, am I communicating?
Yes, sir.
So please do the following things for the next 90 days. Did you write 90 days date from today? 90 days from today. Today is 12th. So let's say 30 days each. So by 12th of January, if you are not making this amount, I want you to come back and tell me why you did not make it. What you tried that did not work. So, number one step, you must start doing. Everywhere you enter, they must know what you do. They don't need to know your name. Any space you enter, they must know what I do. You are the number one crusader of what you sell. You are the number one crusader of what you sell. And let me tell you how to do this. Stop saying, let me use Ugochi as my case study. While I appreciate when you say, I'm a mixologist, I do jewelry, I do this, that, that's a good way to, that's a nice way to say it. It's a better way to say, I help you look good. I help you feel better by the science of thinking outside the box is that you are selling hope, you are selling faith, you are selling help, you are selling comfort. That's what we sell. You have to ask yourself, this work I'm doing or this business I'm doing, what is it helping people achieve? That's what you are saying. Don't say I sell food. Yes, we know you sell food. If you follow my broadcast about this new food that I just started, I said the octopus protein is a health-helping protein. It helps to fix infertility, it helps with impotence, it helps to help with pregnancy, it helps to help with heart disease. So, people that even will not ordinarily want to eat octopus are saying, oh, so I can solve infertility. Oh, really? Oh, so my heart can be. That already puts them in a position to want to try it. So how have we been able to sell 250 boxes in 3 days? It's because we just told them, you see this food you're eating, you're not just giving me money, you're helping your health. So any room you enter, they must see you as a helper by the things you do. The thing you must fight aggressively is obscurity. You are not humble by being obscure. You are being wicked. You are not being humble. You are being wicked. The number one philosophy of Christianity is evangelism. What's evangelism? It's not promotion. The number one philosophy of Islam is getting territories, more people into Islam. Is there any faith that says, you know, just believe in what you believe? There's no faith. Even atheists that say they don't know God are wanting more people to not know God.
Yes.
But you're running a business, you're saying, I don't want to talk about it, oh, let them not see, my own is too much. Am I desperate? Some of you are probably married to someone and your family looks like you guys are just comfortable. You know, say, you'll now say, after all, my husband is taking care of me. I'm just embarrassing my husband. Yeah. I'm sorry if your husband is feeling embarrassed, Sha. Sorry about the embarrassment. For the next 90 days, hawk your matter well. Abubakar, come. There is no way you will see this guy and not say, hey, what's this? What's this about? Hey, Jonathan, what's it about? On my birthday, everybody wore this thing. Friends, children, staff, everybody, even my friends that wanted, ordered it, everybody wore it. We made a lot of noise. You cannot mistake it. At every given point, there is something anyone around me, including myself, wears that is talking about the brand. Thank you. Don't post for picture. So who here is wearing something that is about their brand? Only two people. And Jennifer. What's your name?
Ruby.
Ruby. Your name is Ruby?
Yes.
And you're in the Ruby group?
Yes.
Wow. Oh, interesting. What a coincidence. Ruby and Ruby. You cannot be going for events, trainings, anywhere people will gather and there's no representation of your business. It does not make sense. The Bible says in Corinthians that you are a living epistle. It means that your lifestyle should be the message. It should apply to your business. That's out of the box thinking. Especially for those of you that are social shy, people shy, you are very reserved around approaching people. It's understandable. Not everybody just goes to anybody and starts talking about themselves. But something about you should attract the attention to what you do. That's the logic. It could be a wristband, it could be a headband, it could be a top, it could be anything. Something that can even strike a conversation. Somebody should be able to say, this thing you're wearing, what's it about? That is the best invitation. Just unleash. The person says, it's okay, I've heard you. You're so passionate. Say, my brother. I love to help. You will not say, I'm saying, I just love that when people encounter me, their life is free. Person feels like, wow, such a passion. They cannot forget you. The next is like they're checking your IG or checking you somewhere and they are just observing you. John Maxwell said, people buy into you before they buy into what you do. The energy has to be compelling. Carry your matter for head. Now who shyness help? Do not play with your source of livelihood. Don't play with it. So whatever you are hawking is the source of your livelihood. The thing that is taking care of you, don't play with it. You hear this, we used to hear this idiom or adage, they'll say, don't kill the goose that lays the golden egg or something like that. It's a very old statement, but it's very true. That thing that is laying your golden egg, your source of livelihood, you can't even play with it. That's why I tell business owners, the biggest place to invest money is the main thing that is giving you money. The main thing giving you money is where your money should go to. Let's assume you're an embroidery maker. You are someone that you are in the value chain of fashion, but your side is embroidery. If it costs you 10 million to buy an embroidery machine that is modern and set up a solar panel that gives you 24/7 power, is worth it, because that's the main thing giving you money. Some of you spend more money on social media than on the business itself. Bottom up is just upside down. The main thing that is giving you money is where your money should go to. So that's step number 2 that I want you to do in the next 90 days. Invest time, money, resources in the core thing giving you money. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. I am into the knowledge business. I know the way I invest in knowledge. By books, by training, by degrees. Heavy investment. Why? Because every time I open my mouth, I must move somebody from A to Z. They have to move. There has to be a shift. That's the only way I can be called back. If every time I open my mouth, somebody does not think that I've provoked them to action, I've lost my market. Because that's the main thing I'm selling. Yours may not be talking. Yours may be a production system. Yours may be whatever it is. But you see that main thing that gives you money? Don't play with it. So step number 1, hawk your market passionately. Step number 2, invest time, money, resources in the main thing that gives you money. Don't play with it. Step number 3, hawk every other person's business passionately, like yours. Step number 3, hawk every other person's business passionately, like yours. You see, step number 3, many people struggle with it. Because some people say, if I'm doing it, they're not doing it for me, so I'll stop. Sometimes I don't know anybody. I'll go on IG, I'll just see a flyer, I'll be like, I like this program or this topic. Or even sometimes it can be as cool as just the design is appealing to me. I'll just repost it. I don't need to buzz you. I don't need to DM you. I don't need for you to know me. I don't need to know you. I'll just repost it on my timeline. Sometimes I'll even copy from LinkedIn or IG, come to my WhatsApp groups and say, I find this interesting, you may like it. I don't know the person. The person probably does not know me. I don't need to be known by the person to push the person's work. But I have heard time and again, people come back and say, that program you posted. I say, which one? They say, that one now that you said, I can't remember because I don't have an attachment to the program. And they come back and say, it helped me. I met a person there. I posted one program. A lady in our community saw it. She runs a school that is on donation system. She attended the event, and somebody in the event gave her 400K to support her school. I couldn't remember the program. She came back and was thanking me that that person now started introducing her to her networks. She couldn't believe it. Just by sharing a program that I'm not even attached to. So when I was launching my food, this woman carried it on her head, was posting it everywhere she attended. I want you to write law of reciprocity. Law of reciprocity. Zig Ziglar says, if you help somebody achieve their dream, they are likely to help you achieve your dream. If out of 10 people, you carry 10 people's business on your head, even if not just one, carry your own on their head, you have won. Because the average contact list of a person is 200. The average contact list of a person is 200. So if one person carries your matter on their head because you carried theirs on your head, it means that an extra 200 people saw your business through them. Am I communicating? Yes. If an extra 200 people saw your business through them, and one person in those 200 people now decide to jump on your business and carries your business on your head, another extra 200 people have seen your business. So 400 people have seen your business, and over time, the conversion will start coming in. That's the science of community. The more people see your business and know about it, the higher the chances they will buy from it. So, after today, you are not permitted to be self-centered. It's just about you. The only way you promote your business. You know, they see anybody adverts. Some of you have this habit of somebody will promote their things. You won't see it. You just say, hey. Don't do that. Be interested in everybody's business. If not for anything, well done, I see you. You're doing great. If that's all you say, it is what we call a psychological contract. It's powerful. The day you post your own, they will carry it, you will be wondering, what did I do to this person that is making this person so vibrant about my worker like this? Psychological contract. Your job every day is to be depositing emotional deposits in people's hustle. Because now the hustle all of us they do. Now the hustle all of us they do. Am I communicating?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Step number 4. Be a giving business. Be a giving business. Be a business that gives. Be a business that gives. Is there anybody in this room that does not have an email address? In fact, most likely all of us have a Gmail address. Before it used to be Yahoo when we were growing up. You see, the whole world had Yahoo. The Yahoo, for whatever reason, decided to fall our hand. Then almost everybody now, I'm not sure there's a living being that does not have a Gmail address. It looks like everybody has a Gmail address. Have you ever checked your Gmail storage? Your Gmail storage. By default, once you open a Gmail address, Google gives you 15 gig storage by default, free. You can do all you can. When you're extending, they'll now start reminding you that your storage is getting full, you can buy. It was just recently that they moved their fee. I used to buy the 2 terabytes. It used to be 900 naira per annum. Just recently they moved it to 2,900 or 3,400 or some very, very negligible amount. By having a Gmail, you automatically have a YouTube account. It's automatic. And that one is limitless storage. Just be dumping videos. Am I communicating? You think that they don't know what they are doing? Almost the whole world is on Gmail. Why do you think Google as a search engine is the #1? Everybody wants to pay for Google AdSense. Everybody wants to pay for Google visibility, Google Suite, Google this, Google that. Guess who made Android popular? Google. When BlackBerry was forming Mugambo, you must share PIN, you must share PIN. We don't want PIN, you must share PIN, you must share PIN. Google say, let's do something. Design Android, they call it open source. If you are a developer, download this back-end kernel or template, build what you can. Software development just took off. Everybody was downloading Android kernels, designing things creatively. Then suddenly we started having all the, Samsung just jumped on it and took over. So Google grew so much clout and became the world's most valued company. But guess what they've done? They have the data of everybody in the world and they are simply using it for PR. So anybody that needs to be seen wants to jump on Google because they have the numbers. Google, as per their YouTube, is the biggest university in the world. There's almost nothing you want to learn today. If you are a serious human being, just go on YouTube, you go see them for there. You think they don't know what they're doing? Presence. So today we have Boomplay, we have, what are these streaming channels for artists, for musicians? Guess where they got their logic from? They noticed that when an artist releases a track or an EP or a single, they now go and do the video of it and put it on their Vevo YouTube, a subscription-based account, and ramping up millions of views. And advertisers just say, just put me on Davido's video, just put me on Spyro's video, just put me on Tiwa Savage's video. Adverts, they are selling PR. Companies are paying for the airtime to just be featured on a video of an entertainer. When you see an Ed Sheeran video of 1 billion views, 1 billion views may earn Ed Sheeran around $250,000 personal revenue. You think Google paid him? Advert paid it. Free YouTube space. Just subscribe. So every artist was jumping on it. When this streaming platform saw it, they're like, oh my goodness. They just copied the model. If Google did not give, they won't get what they're getting. So I know the next thing you'll be telling me is, I never job, I want to give. What am I giving? It's not in my place to tell you what to give. But I know that giving is not a function of having. Giving is a function of deciding. If you decide to give, what to give will not be a problem. But you must make up your mind. For the next 90 days, I want to be giving to the people that are engaging my brand. Whatever you choose to give is your decision. Am I communicating?
Yes, sir.
The fifth thing I'll talk about before I now take questions. Number 5, build yourself. This will probably have been number 1, but I'll leave it as number 5. You are the biggest brand that can sell your brand. You as a person. Did you see Dangote on TV during the issue of refinery or no refinery? Dangote himself, the richest black man from Africa, was giving TV every day was on TV. No, our refinery, our oil is pure, is clean, is this one, there's Malta, they are trying to sabotage us. She came on TV, did not say, that's beneath me. Beneath you? You can't say money is beneath you. Because the more you have it, the more you can do. Our life mission, which is expressed through our vision, is funded by money. That's the way it works. Today, Bill Gates has held all of us hostage because of money. He's directly creating chaos in our health system, in our food value chain. It's doing crazy stuff. We cannot say no. China has held Africa hostage because they have literally funded every government project. You see any train, airport in Africa, China project, straight. China will come to you and say, we will build this airport that is worth $200 billion. For the next 20 years, we'll be servicing it, pay us back in so tranches. For the next 20 years, they own you. So to China, they seize airport of national, for Zambia, for Zimbabwe, they seize the whole airport of a country. The biggest person selling Tesla and SpaceX and Twitter or X is Elon Musk. That's the way it works. If you see Tony Elumelu, anywhere you see him, you can tell that he's selling his business. You know for a fact. Plus his dressing, plus his talk, he will link it to what they do. That's just the way it works. Why am I saying this? Some of you think looking the part, speaking the part is doing too much. Well, nobody places me $1 million naira in a business where the owner does not look like $1 million naira. That's the way it works. You have to show that your business is, you are the business. Jay-Z will say, I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. I hope you know the difference. There's a comma after the business. I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. So you are a big deal. You are a big deal. Be interested in becoming a better person. There is no single customer interaction that is beneath you. None. Because some of us have these issues. You just feel the customer is stressing you. Some of you put your best behavior before you get paid. Then immediately after they pay you, you show a different side of you and say, but now you are stressing me. Is it because of this? Just how much did you pay me that you are disturbing me? Seriously? We forget every payment is a gate. The payment is not the end of the conversation. The payment is the beginning of the conversation. It's a gate. Because the way you treat a person that pays you is how they will now tell people, you people are still going here, see person make they better here. Every payment is the beginning of a conversation, not the end of it. Because every person that buys from you is a gate. They have their contact list that you should be interested in. Let me put it this way. You must be interested in infiltrating a person's contact list through them. That's your preoccupation. Many of my clients have told me that one strategy they've seen me do back to back, and I will be honest, I didn't even know it was a conscious thing until a few people said it. They say when you hire me as a coach, that over time, they bring their siblings, they bring their parents, it's been a pattern. I didn't know it was what I do naturally. So when they told me, I decided to make it a strategy, indeed. Infiltration. You must make sure your business moves from one person coming to you to a family owning you. If you are not serving families, you have not done enough work. Somebody meets you on IG, that is an individual. You serve the person because the end goal is the person's family should be patronizing me. Once you can start achieving that one family after the other, you can actually sit back and know that your business cannot fail. Grow you. Grow your empathy. Grow your tolerance. Expand your threshold for tolerance. Everybody's angry in this Nigeria right now. You should be the one that when they call you and speak with you, they feel better. Not feeling like, you see, everybody's just crazy. You should not be the crazy one. When somebody's chatting you on Instagram or WhatsApp, your response and engagement should make them feel like, hey, at least something different. Grow you. That short fuse that you have, expand the length of the wire. That's overwhelming. You're easily tired.